Welcome to the No Views News. This program was created on Monday, January 4th, at 3:25 p.m. Pacific Standard Time, by Zeno Reader. There are 587 headlines from 108 feeds we check to build this automated report. Welcome to No Views, daily automated podcast news. The headlines in this super unknown daily news summary do not imply fact-checking or endorsement of ideas. The first headlines are from the current most popular news site, Yahoo News, with 175 million estimated monthly unique visitors. Georgia election official on Trump call, nobody I know who would be president would do something like that. Georgia runoff election polls, what are the latest odds for crucial Senate race? The 14-year-old black teen who was wrongly accused of stealing a woman's iPhone at a hotel is seriously traumatized, his father says. Do the right thing, Mike Pence heckled at Georgia rally to challenge election result on January 6th. Trump news, live, desperate president lashes out at GOP as he's reported to FBI over Georgia call. GOP Congress members won't reject electoral college votes because party depends on it for presidential wins. Flawless floor mirrors for every at-home OOTD pick. GOP congressman who eked out victory in Biden district will join electoral college objectors. Iran seizes a South Korean ship after the USS Nimitz does a U-turn. Scottish paper sparks speculation Trump is headed to Turnberry to avoid inauguration. The next headlines are from the second most popular news website at this time, with 150 million unique monthly visitors, Google News. UK Prime Minister imposes harsh lockdown as new COVID-19 variant spreads, CNN. Bond girl, that 70s show star Tanya Roberts is actually not dead, Rep now says, The Daily Beast. A pharmacist allegedly tried to ruin COVID-19 vaccines because of false beliefs they were unsafe, BuzzFeed News. In ed, lawmaker vows to carry her Glock around DC and on Hill, The Washington Post. Iran starts 20% uranium enrichment, seizes South Korean ship, The Associated Press. Saudi Arabia and Qatar agree to reopen airspace and maritime borders, CNN. Dow drops 1.25%, as virus surge reignites lockdown fears, The Street. Olympics Jack Ma's apparent disappearance fuels speculation, CNBC Television. John Elway relinquishes control of Broncos roster, plans to hire general manager, Fox News. New York Governor Cuomo confirms state first case of new COVID strain initially found in UK, CNBC. The following headlines are from the third most popular news website, with 110 million unique monthly visitors, The Huffington Post. Sia says nepotism is why she cast Maddie Ziegler in her new film. Who is Lynn Wood, the pro-Trump lawyer spewing conspiracies about lizard squads? The best part of the movie Soul is its hidden lesson about work. 17 funny tweets on the struggle of going back to work after the holidays. Paramedic proposes to nurse boyfriend during COVID-19 vaccine appointment. Georgia election official, Trump team intentionally misled voters on fraud claims. Please start posting about your COVID-19 symptoms on social media. Republicans in disarray over Trump's effort to overturn 2020 election. Democrats call on FBI to open criminal probe into Trump's Georgia election shakedown. Olivia Wilde spotted holding hands with Harry Styles after Jason Sudeikis split. The next headlines are from the fourth most popular news website, with 95 million estimated unique monthly visitors, CNN. Officials, shooter killed mom, injured deputies. Girl Scouts visit prompts mission to save wolf. Program will divert mental health calls from 911. Shelter volunteer finds homeless man dead. Police search for missing endangered teen. Teen arrested for allegedly beating mom to death. How one WI prison failed to contain an outbreak. Animals rescued from holding case. World War II vet gets surprise parade for 93rd birthday. Thrift stores rely on donations during pandemic. The next headlines are from the fifth most popular news website at this time, with 70 million estimated unique monthly visitors, The New York Times. A plan made to shield big tobacco from facts is now EPA policy. For an exercise snack, try the new standing 7-minute workout. Georgia official blasts Trump for baseless fraud claims on eve of runoffs. Cuomo threatens to fine hospitals and bid to speed vaccinations. Business leaders urge Congress to certify election, live updates. Driver kills boy, 4, and injures second child outside yeshiva, police say. Georgia, vaccine, UK lockdown, your Monday evening briefing. Republicans splinter over effort to overturn Biden's victory ahead of consequential vote. Trump campaign settles with artist who said he was assaulted. Pharmacist accused of tampering with vaccine was conspiracy theorist, police say. The following headlines are from the sixth most popular news website, with an estimated 65 million monthly unique visitors, Fox News. Ben Shapiro mocks Democrats over amen and a woman prayer, dumbest S I have ever seen. Cruz, GOP senators will object to certification of presidential results in at least one state. Biden DNI pick Avril Haines raises eyebrows with previous job at bookstore known for erotica readings. Wisconsin governor authorizes National Guard to Kenosha ahead of Jacob Blake charging decision. Dozens shot in Chicago, 5 murdered over holiday weekend. Georgia Secretary of State Raffensperger blasts Purdue, says he owes my wife an apology over threats. Zach Ertz on future with Eagles, I want to be here. Loeffler to object to certification of presidential election results. CNN's Jake Tapper calls GOP lawmakers pushing election challenge sedition caucus. Dirt biker known as Wheelie Queen who starred in HBO movie charged in partner's death. You are hearing today's top news headlines and more. Today is Monday, January 4th. The next headlines are from the 7th most popular news website, with 63 million estimated monthly unique visitors, CBS News. Stimulus check latest, is a third payment in your future? It's time for us patriots to rise up. Bar owner leads rally to protest possible 5-year liquor license loss over indoor service. The next headlines are from the 8th most popular news website, with an estimated 53 million monthly unique visitors, Mail Online, the Daily Mail. Schools and colleges in England to shut under new coronavirus lockdown. Harry Styles and Olivia Wilde thought to be dating. COVID UK, Chief Medical Officers say NHS risks being overwhelmed. How long will it take for the COVID vaccine to come to the rescue and get Britain out of lockdown? Doctor Who, Chewing Gum's Michaela Cole and Richard A. lead bookies favorites. PM plunges England into even tougher lockdown in March. How the Oxford vaccine is made. Brits take to social media to find humor in the prospect of lockdown. 80,000 people tested positive for coronavirus on December 29. Boris Johnson orders vulnerable people to stay indoors as shielding guidance returns. The following headlines are from the 9th most popular news website, with an estimated 47 million monthly unique visitors, The Washington Post. This is The Washington Post World News Feed. A. Iran begins enriching uranium to 20% in new breach of nuclear deal. Jihadists in Niger kill at least 100 in mounting violence. The world in 2030 may be worse than in 2020. Family asks for help in release of Kashmir separatist leader. Frequently asked questions, the story behind Julian Assange's extradition case and legal saga. Third national lockdown announced in England amid coronavirus surge driven by variant strain. Bolsonaro sent soldiers to the Amazon to curb deforestation. Here's how the effort failed. Key U.S. allies ease years-long feud as Saudi Arabia lifts blockade of Qatar. Outpacing Trump's Operation Warp Speed, China to give coronavirus vaccine to 50 million inches a month. Carlos Ghosn asks why Japanese don't question him in Lebanon. The next headlines are from the 10th most popular news website, which has an estimated 42 million monthly unique visitors, The Guardian. This is The Guardian's U.S. news feed. Coronavirus hive news, England to enter new lockdown, European Medicines Agency not ready to approve Moderna vaccine. Biden criticizes Trump's latest efforts to undermine election, I don't know why he still wants the job, live. Official plane used by Trump will fly to Scotland just before Biden inauguration, report. LA's COVID crisis set to surge in wake of holidays as hospitals are inundated. Southampton 1-0 Liverpool, Premier League, as it happened. More than 200 U.S. Google employees form a workers' union. Southampton's Danny Ings finds early winner to deflate former club Liverpool. England to enter toughest COVID lockdown since March. Saudi Arabia set to end 3-year feud by reopening borders with Qatar. Canada, politicians punished for holiday travel despite COVID warnings. The following headlines are from the 12th most popular news website, with an estimated 36 million monthly unique visitors, ABC News. Trump rewards ally Devin Nunes with Medal of Freedom. As he seeks to prevent certification of election, Trump plans to attend D.C. rally. D.C. National Guard activated ahead of protests. FBI warns of cyber attacks to distance learning. Prosecutor, Wisconsin pharmacist thought vaccine was unsafe. Despite CDC warnings, millions of people flew over the holidays. Remorseful man returns statue's stolen sword after 40 years. The next headlines are from the 13th most popular news website, with an estimated 35 million monthly unique visitors, the BBC News. Qatar, Saudi Arabia embargo to be lifted. Raffensperger calls Trump just plain wrong after election call. Iran resumes enriching uranium to 20% purity at Fordo facility. South African scientists seek to understand new variant. Devin Nunes, U.S. Medal of Freedom goes to top Trump ally. Julian Assange, UK judge blocks extradition of WikiLeaks founder to U.S. Coronavirus, French government vows to speed up vaccinations. Coronavirus, Kenya reopens schools after 9 months. Brexit, Calais traffic slow as new border controls face first test. Moscow Metro hires women drivers after rule changes. The following headlines are from the 14th most popular news website, with an estimated 34 million monthly unique visitors, USA Today. Swiss pharmacist thought vaccine was unsafe. Nation's capital braces for violence as extremist groups converge to protest Trump's election loss. Trump supporters rally on eve of Georgia election. California seeks to boost vaccine pace as virus surges. NY to fine hospitals that fail to use up vaccines. Georgia election official rebuffs Trump's claims. Coronavirus updates, more contagious strain of virus found in New York State, Britain imposes lockdown even as it rolls out new vaccine. Trump push to overturn election loss fractures GOP. California doctors and nurses get second vaccination. Pence stands with Trump ahead of GOP election. The next headlines are from the 15th most popular news website, with an estimated 35.5 million monthly unique visitors, the LA Times. Pink's Hot Dogs shutters original stand amid coronavirus spike. Orange County bar owner faces criminal charges for operating during pandemic. California's vaccine rollout has been too slow, Newsom says, with only 35% of doses administered. Community Hospital Long Beach reopens to receive transfer patients amid COVID-19 surge. Teen driver found shot to death after vehicle crashes in East LA. Ambulance crews told not to transport patients who have little chance of survival. Earthquake, magnitude 4.0 quake strikes near Brawley, California. Maskless protesters storm a grocery store in Westfield Century City Mall. Republican congressional wins in California won't avert party's death spiral, analysts say. They're coming in younger and coming in sicker, one hospital's war with coronavirus. We hope you are enjoying this news podcast. Today is Monday, January 4th, 2021. You just heard from the top 15 most popular news websites in the world. More from other news sources is up next. Next, Reddit World News. Reddit is a user collective which claims over 430 million active users per month, and these are the top voted stories today. Julian Assange cannot be extradited to U.S., British judge rules. Julian Assange cannot be extradited to U.S., British judge rules. Julian Assange. The world's largest solar plant has secured financing this month, and will be built outside Abu Dhabi. Popularity of UK government nosedives amid Brexit. Bali's beach is buried in tide of plastic rubbish during monsoon season. South Korea recorded more deaths than births in 2020 for the first time ever, raising fresh alarm in the country which already has the world's lowest birth rate. Spider-Man-style medical gun spins out skin substitute for burns. Former war crimes prosecutor urges investigators to pursue Army chain of command. Canadian federal government promises fix for loophole allowing aid money for returning vacationers. 33-meter reinforced concrete vagina sparked Bolsonarian backlash in Brazil, with supporters of country's far-right president clashing with left-wing art admirers over installation. Handmade sculpture, entitled Diva, was unveiled by visual artist Juliana Notari Saturday at Rural Arts Park. An unusually strong warm wave heads for the Arctic Circle, raising surface temperatures more than 20 degrees above normal, pushing the cold air out of the polar circle. A top Swedish official involved in the coronavirus response has defended a Christmas holiday in the Canary Islands in the face of heavy criticism. Pentagon orders Bremerton-based aircraft carrier home in abrupt reversal of Iran's strategy. Scientists eavesdrop on new population of blue whales singing in the Indian Ocean. Gunmen kill 11 minority Hazara coal miners in Balochistan. The victims were from the minority Shiite Hazara community. Pakistan's Prime Minister, Imran Khan, condemned the attack as a cowardly and inhumane act of terrorism. The next headlines are from Forbes. The countries leading the COVID-19 vaccination race. Infographic. New brand to know, Animus. From silver bullets to strategic overhauls, 9 retail trends, tactics and innovations for success in 2021. Tesla's record sales drive a battery metals revival. Tanya Roberts, Bond girl and Charlie's Angels and at 70s show star, dies at 65. BTS's Suga joins Psy as the second ever Korean solo artist to notch a pop chart hit. Eric Bieniemy, Dan Mullen among head coach options for the New York Jets after firing Adam Gase. GOP rep forces Republicans to affirm legitimacy of elections in 6 states in which they plan to challenge Biden's win. The good, bad and ugly from the Green Bay Packers win over the Chicago Bears. Former defense secretaries disavow military involvement in settling election disputes. The World Population Update. Currently, we are increasing by over 220,000 people a day, expecting to reach 8 billion in 2023. At the time this report was generated, the population was estimated to be 7,677,207,419 humans. Worldometers.info says there are 195 countries at this time and, of those, the top 10 with the largest populations are, in order, China, India, the United States, Indonesia, Pakistan, Brazil, Nigeria, Bangladesh, Russia, and then Mexico. The next headlines are from Variety. Big Sky, 24, lost to kickoff star block on Disney+. Discovery Plus set to debut in 12 European markets with Vodafone deal. Jodie Whittaker could exit Doctor Who after next season, report. Holmby Hill's iconic Owlwood compound sells an $88 million deal. Tanya Roberts, Bond girl and that 70s show star, dies at 65. Winchester Cathedral, A Kind of Hush, crime game songwriter Jeff Stevens dies. Jimmy Iovine sells production catalog to Hypnosis songs. 7 days alone watching movies on a remote lighthouse island, God of War Fest's singular on-site screenings. China box office, huge weekend sees Soul Soar and Little Red Flower Shoot. Korea box office, foreign film revenues collapse in 2020. The following headlines are from NPR, National Public Radio. British court rejects U.S. request to extradite WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange. Trump and the military, what an erratic commander-in-chief leaves behind. What drove the drop in kids' asthma ER visits at a Boston hospital during lockdown? It all comes down to this, 2 Georgia races that will determine control of the Senate. China reports tens of thousands inoculated in first days of COVID-19 vaccine campaign. In op-ed, 10 ex-defense secretaries say military has no role in election dispute. Republican lawmakers divided on election certification. COVID-19 cases surge in U.S. as vaccinations fall below government predictions. This was a scam, in recorded call, Trump pushed official to overturn Georgia vote. Coronavirus world map, tracking the spread of the outbreak. The following headlines are from The Week. Hawley and Cruz, how to lie without quite lying. Give poor countries the coronavirus vaccine for free. What do we do about COVID vaccine refusal? Trump reportedly giving Presidential Medal of Freedom to GOP allies Devin Nunes, Jim Jordan. For the movie industry, every month is January now. Nashville bomber mailed out packets that espoused his viewpoints, FBI says. Paul Ryan, Dick Cheney, 9 ex-defense secretaries slam anti-conservative GOP effort to overturn Biden's win. Trump's official schedule says he will make many calls and have many meetings Monday. Read Trump's entire desperate 65-minute call with Georgia election officials. Pelosi secures 4th term as House Speaker. The next headlines are from Universe Today. Astronomers improve their distance scale for the universe. Unfortunately, it doesn't resolve the crisis in cosmology. These are the news headlines for today, Monday, January 4th. This podcast is produced only in English at this time. As of 2020, the Ethnologue reference lists 7,117 different human languages, with English being the 3rd most common, after Mandarin Chinese and Spanish. The following headlines are from earthsky.org. Happy birthday to Isaac Newton. Contemplate the apex of the sun's way. The next news is from Politico. Boris Johnson warns tougher coronavirus measures may be needed. Badasses in their own right, meet the fresh women of Congress. The other Georgia slugfest, a Brian Kemp-Stacey Abrams rematch. Break up the groupthink, Democrats press Biden to diversify his tech picks. How the Pentagon can help Biden make America greener. MAGA marchers plot final D.C. stand on January 6th. Ex-defense secretaries say military must stay out of election battles. The war within the GOP. Trump's pressure on Georgia election officials raises legal questions. Pelosi re-elected Speaker despite narrow majority. The next headlines are from the Sydney Morning Herald in Australia. Julian Assange will not be extradited to the U.S. on espionage charges. Perth quarantine hotel escape walks free, prepares for legal fight. The latest illustrations from artist Simon Lech. Best of Cartoons, January 5, 2021. Coronavirus updates live. Sydney's western suburbs cluster grows as NSW records 0 new local cases, Victoria records 3. Science has all the answers, but what about the questions? More than a whole seat, 57,000 postal votes rejected amid pandemic surge. Victory, Rojas dodge serious hamstring injury scare. They're supportive, CA chief confident GABA test will go ahead. Umpiring controversy cannot stop Stars, Stoinis and win over Hurricanes. The next headlines are from MarketWatch. WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange should not be extradited to the U.S., rules British judge. Peter Morici, Biden's committee to reform the Supreme Court won't fix the real problem in Washington. London markets, mining sector drives big rally for FTSE 100 as gold and other metals surge. Auto Trader, this is how much people spend fixing their cars. NerdWallet, money addictions, anxieties, depression, how your mental health can affect your finances. NerdWallet, travel trends for 2021, many are seeking more international and luxury destinations. Next Avenue, how to keep your New Year's resolutions, and not sabotage yourself. Next Avenue, how to get a job in 2021 if you're over 50. Europe markets, optimism continues into New Year as European stocks advance. The moneyest. My elderly father was physically abusive and will leave his farm to my two sisters. Should I contest his will? Next, the top stories about patents and inventions. Government regulation of business in Nigeria, Lixology. By 1918, 11 film studios had set up shop in Fort Lee, NJ Spotlight. The rather unremarkable tale of Lester Wire, and the rather remarkable invention that changed the world, Deseret News. The biggest UK IP cases to watch in 2021, Law 360. Patent cases to watch in 2021, Law 360. Patent policy to watch in 2021, Law 360. Dr. Charles V. Burton Obituary, Blacksburg, VA Pioneer Press, Legacy.com. The next headlines are from Quartz. India approved its own COVID-19 vaccine before it completed its human trials. What to do in the first 90 days of a remote job. What to expect from Europe's economic recovery in 2021. The biggest risk and opportunity for African economies in 2021. The weakness at the heart of India's economy. China's soaring hot pot stock hints at life beyond the pandemic. 7 charts to help you track the global economy in 2021. Low rates are ushering the world into a high-risk economy. The wild cards that could sabotage the global economy in 2021. What the global economy will look like after COVID-19. The following headlines are from Tech Dirt. Funniest, most insightful comments of the year at Tech Dirt. We are now about 1/3 of the way through this daily news headlines podcast, a free service. Here, next, are the top trending keywords in Google web searches for today, a different window on world events. 49ers. Stephen Curry. Tanya Roberts. Washington Post. Jimmy Carter. 2021 NFL Draft Order. NFL Playoff Picture. Bean Dad. Derrick Henry. Lakers vs. Grizzlies. The next headlines are from RT, the first Russian news station in English. French counter-terrorism chief says 2 Islamist plots were thwarted in 2020, though 5 attacks weren't prevented. Anything you can do. Football icon Cristiano Ronaldo beats Pele's official goal-scoring tally to move into second in all-time list. Assange won't be extradited to US on spying charges in shock decision at London's Old Bailey. Russian stock market at all-time high as ruble shows stable growth. UK starts rollout of AstraZeneca's COVID jab in world first, but HealthSec warns supply problems are slowing vax program. High Court rules Pakistan's 2-finger virginity test for rape victims unconstitutional. I was glad to see you. Russian champ Nurmagomedov embraces fan and shares MMA training session with Destiny UFC hopeful Aliyev. Hancock does not rule out third national lockdown in UK amid calls from opposition to take immediate action on COVID-19. Oil rises to multi-month highs as OPEC Plus likely to follow current production policy. USS Nimitz remains in Persian Gulf due to Iran threats against Trump, Pentagon announces days after sending warship home. The next headlines are from Zero Hedge. UK judge rules Julian Assange cannot be extradited to US. Alibaba founder Jack Ma has been missing for 2 months. Overconfidence needs impatience to set up the crash of 2021. Lagarde pushes ECB to shun fossil fuel bonds as central banks embrace green future. Navalny and handlers lose the plot, he is a convicted felon on probation. Top US official says growing body of evidence shows COVID-19 leaked from Chinese lab. Germany leads Europe into new wave of lockdowns as COVID numbers surge. 2021, the geopolitics of vaccination. A time for new beginnings and ending that which must end. Amid erectile dysfunction fears, India claims COVID vaccine is 110% safe. The following headlines are from Al Jazeera, Middle East News. UK court blocks Julian Assange extradition to US. Iran says it has resumed 20% uranium enrichment at Fordow site. Africa COVID variant more infectious than UK strain, Hancock. Sneakers, California son and my mother's other daughter. French-Irish teens 2019 death misadventure, Malaysia court. The Nigerian scientists sequencing new COVID strain as cases rise. Has a 5th-generation war started between India and Pakistan? Poacher's paradise, Gulf hunts fuel Pakistan falcon trafficking. UK, dialysis patient, 82, first to get Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine. Japan weighs state of emergency amid severe COVID-19 surge. The next headlines are from Breitbart. Tom Cotton stands up against electoral college challengers, would establish unwise precedents. Gingrich, Zuckerberg corruption raises enormous questions about the legitimacy of the Biden potential presidency. Swalwell on Trump, Raffensperger tape, criminal, repugnant. President Trump to award Devin Nunes the Presidential Medal of Freedom. Democrat Gwen Moore travels to D.C. to vote for Pelosi as Speaker after COVID diagnosis. Kevin McCarthy, election showed American people are fed up with Democrats. FMR Ms. Governor Barber, stakes of GA Senate elections higher than any I've ever worked, including races for the presidency. Rep. Emanuel Cleaver concludes opening prayer for 117th Congress, Amen and Women. Exclusive, watch, Ted Cruz labels Google the most dangerous company on the face of the planet. Nancy Pelosi promises to advance racial justice, environmental justice in new congressional term. The next headlines are from odd, strange and bizarre things. 10 most popular New Year's resolutions. The following headlines are from goodnewsnetwork.org. Inspired by brother with autism, new app helps adults with special needs make friends. Trucker hero pulls over when he sees frantic man running up highway after wreck flings his toddler into the dark. 13-year-old Texas boy raises $6,000 to buy Christmas presents for kids in homeless shelter. Preschool teacher who was laid off after 20 years wins $250,000 lottery prize. You're tuned to No Views, daily automated podcast news. This is a report for Monday, January 4th. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Reddit Offbeat News. Leak from secret Wuhan lab most credible theory behind COVID outbreak, claims U.S. official. Police officer caught on film punching a fellow officer of the law, underdog oof. 25 wedding photos you won't believe actually exist. New York man sues King's Hawaiian for not making sweet rolls in Hawaii. 43 staffers infected at Kaiser emergency room in San Jose, and inflatable Christmas costume could be to blame. This Georgia airport is the creepiest to fly into. Democrats propose ban on he and she and all gender-specific words in new rules for Congress. 2 arrested on suspicion of DUI while in the same car in Yolo County, CHP says. Nashville bombers' bizarre writings reveal belief in aliens and lizard people. The next headlines are from a site called The Next Web. iPhone manufacturer Foxconn might save Chinese app startup button with a $200 investment. Samsung is going to launch the Galaxy S21 on January 14th. How AI weeds the spam out of our inboxes. How to increase your productivity as a remote developer. Lemurs might hold the key to human hibernation necessary for Mars missions. Supercomputer simulation reenacts the birth of the moon. This is a reading of news headlines. This broadcast was created on Monday, January 4th from over 100 sources, to give you a bigger picture of the news. The next headlines are from the Salt Lake Tribune. Utah Jazz's 21 trays outweigh their 20 turnovers in win over Spurs, but they know they need to become relentless. The triple team, Rudy Gobert and DPOY form on one end, Jazz nail threes on other for easy win versus San Antonio. Utah women's basketball team runs away from Washington in second half for 84-61 victory. Tribune editorial, the Tribune editorial board. The Rookie is trying to be a different police show in the age of Black Lives Matter. Commentary, the Lake Powell pipeline is a relic. Pelosi narrowly re-elected speaker, faces difficult 2021. Nicholas Kristof, starving children don't cry. Coronavirus in Utah, state sees 1,819 new cases, now in U.S. top 5 in cases per capita. Thousands of Utah kids are going hungry during pandemic. The next headlines are from Slashdot, tech news for nerds. A giant black hole keeps evading detecting and scientists cannot explain it. The most pirated TV show of 2020 was The Mandalorian. When big brands stopped spending on digital ads, nothing happened. Why? Will there be a commercial replacement for the International Space Station? The Atlantic urges humankind to fix the social web. Do children really need to learn to code? Speculation grows as AMD files patent for GPU design. Study finds brain activity of coders isn't like language or math. Bitcoin surges 25% in 1 week. Warren Buffett still won't buy it. Is the U.S. government cybersecurity agency up to the job? The next headlines are from Fox St. Louis. St. Louis police investigate shooting in downtown West. You paid for it, St. Louis police chief discusses city's homicide rate. All 10 living former secretaries of defense deliver rebuke of Trump's claims of election fraud. 1 man dead after police shooting in Jefferson City. St. Louis County restaurants prepare to reopen their doors as second lockdown comes to an end. Cori Bush sworn in, becomes first black woman to represent Missouri in Congress. Endangered person advisory issued for missing Richmond Heights man. Illinois reports 81 COVID-19 deaths and 4,469 infections. St. Louis City's 2020 homicide rate is highest in 50 years. Missouri eclipses 400,000 reported COVID cases. These are the current headlines from the world's most interesting news websites. Thank you for listening. The next headlines are from Fox San Diego. Ex-Bond girl dies at age 65 after mysterious Christmas Eve collapse. Republicans condemn scheme to undo election for Trump. Californians expecting unemployment benefits find accounts frozen. UCSD installs COVID-19 test kit vending machines. High surf advisory extended through Wednesday. Biden inauguration to feature virtual, nationwide parade. San Diego reports 3,520 new COVID-19 cases, no deaths. Video shows Torrey Pines Bluff collapse. Head-on crash kills 7 kids, 2 adults in Central California. Seconds to get out, neighbor saves man from mobile home fire. The next headlines are from spooknews.com. Video Chinese spying on Jamaicans, says Tapia, not true, says Digicel. Navy arms destroyers with new drone, aircraft and missile defenses. 5 WhatsApp scams to keep an eye on in 2021. A romance, a spy caper and a lawsuit against Netflix. The story of Cuban exiles in South Florida is moving to a courtroom. How to set up a security camera system for your home. Spotlight, did Scottish thief help plan KGB mole's miraculous jailbreak? Best outdoor home security cameras of 2020. The Stand, everyone in Boulder who could be a spy for Randall Flagg. The TV shows and movies that got me through 2020. The following headlines are from Defense Blog. Wagner wagon spotted in troubled Central African Republic. Israel delivers new batch of Iron Dome defense system to U.S. Army. Big video game developer fund terror through online adverts. This is the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today, in the GMT time zone, is Monday, January 4th, 2021. Now, more headlines. The next headlines are from KRON4 San Francisco. U.S. sets pandemic travel record despite plea from health officials. Curry finishes with career high 62 as Warriors beat Blazers. Raiders talk about thrilling 32-31 season finale win over Broncos. Los Angeles mayor says virus spreading within households. Father drowns trying to save his children at Sonoma County Beach. Wilson, Lockett helps Seahawks rally for 26-23 win over 49ers. Head-on crash kills 7 kids, 2 adults in Fresno County. GOP efforts to challenge Biden win for Trump rips party apart. Pelosi narrowly re-elected Speaker of the House. The next headlines are from the Daily Herald. Hope fades in Norway landslide that left 7 dead, 3 missing. Sheriff, pastor dead, 2 hurt in shooting at Texas church. Titans win South, Rams, Bears, Colts, Browns, Ravens all in. Giants outlast Cowboys, lose division hours later to WSH. Welcome to the postseason, Cleveland, yep. Number 16 Michigan routes number 19 Northwestern 85-66. Rosner, losing a winning formula for Bears. I killed a woman I love, prosecutor says Barrington man admitted to shooting. Trump, on audio recording, presses Georgia official to find 11,780 votes. New COVID-19 cases dip, but positivity rates continue to climb. The next alerts are from the Global Disaster Alerting and Coordination System, a cooperative effort from disaster managers worldwide. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Chile. Drought is ongoing in Argentina, Bolivia, Brazil, Peru, Paraguay, Uruguay. Drought is ongoing in Argentina. Drought is ongoing in Mexico, United States. Drought is ongoing in Georgia, Kazakhstan, Russia, Ukraine. Drought is ongoing in China, India, Nepal, Pakistan. Drought is ongoing in Peru. Drought is ongoing in Madagascar. Drought is ongoing in Algeria, Spain, Morocco. Drought is ongoing in Armenia, Azerbaijan, Iran, Lebanon, Syria, Turkey. You are hearing the No Views, daily automated podcast news. Today is Monday, January 4th in the Greenwich Mean Time zone. Headlines here were found today in news feeds from around the world, but we do focus on the USA, one of the world's current 195 countries. Now, more news. The next headlines are from ABC Houston. Warm afternoons with cold front midweek. Tanya Roberts, Bond girl and That 70s Show co-star, dies at 65. Man shot to death after car chase ends in Acres homes. President Trump, on tape, presses Georgia official to find Trump votes. Pastor dead, several injured in East Texas church shooting. Mayor Turner to get first dose of Moderna vaccine on Monday. Coronavirus vaccine appointment turns into surprise marriage proposal. Woman shot to death, 3 deputies wounded in nightclub parking lot shooting. The best of the New York Times year-end photos. FBI, Nashville bomber sent material to acquaintances throughout the country. The following headlines are from China Post, top news about China, Taiwan and the world. Iran starts 20% uranium enrichment as tanker feared seized. Foldable iPhone prototypes passed Foxconn durability tests, reports. Fiat Chrysler, Peugeot shareholders to vote on merger. President Xi congratulates U.S. House Speaker on successful re-election bid. UK judge to rule on U.S. extradition bid for Julian Assange. Premier to launch pork and export in bid to quell public concerns. China's manufacturing recovery weakens in December. TikTok, the Tokyo Olympics hit the 200 days to go mark. Global stocks rise after Wall Street ends 2020 at new highs. The following headlines are from The Gothamist. Extra, Trump just wants anybody, to find 11,780 votes for him in Georgia. Legendary Sammy's Romanian restaurant will reopen, owner vows. Teachers union faction wants NYC schools to close again as COVID cases continue rising. Coronavirus statistics, tracking the epidemic in New York. Coronavirus updates, Cuomo commits to distributing vaccine equitably as rollout continues. 4-year-old boy badly injured by driver near Prospect Park. City excludes parts of Chinatown from small business pandemic loans intended for lower-income neighborhoods. We hope you are enjoying this podcast. If you have a suggestion for a new RSS feed we should add, please leave it in a comment on our YouTube page. Next, info on a few earthquakes today from earthquaketoday.com. Light earthquake, 4.4 mag strikes near Petrinja in Croatia. Light earthquake, M4.7 quake has struck near Iceland region. Light earthquake, 4.9 mag strikes near central mid-Atlantic ridge. Minor earthquake, 3.8 mag has occurred near Corral in Chile. Light earthquake, 4 mag strikes near Xingu in Japan. Light earthquake, 4 mag strikes near Puerto Madero in Mexico. Moderate earthquake, 5 mag strikes near Lujiang in China. Light earthquake 4 mag, 9 kilometers northeast of Tragan, Chile. Light earthquake, M4.8 quake has struck near Iquique in Chile. Light earthquake, 4.9 mag strikes near Easter Island. The next headlines are from globalissues.org. Wanted, affirmative legislation in the job market in Nepal. The next headlines are from blacklistednews.com. Facebook shut down page for GOP Senate campaigns just before Georgia runoffs. The Kafkaesque imprisonment of Julian Assange exposes U.S. myths about freedom and tyranny. UK allows mixing COVID-19 vaccines as experts warn of risks. LA superspreader task force detains over 900, arrests and fines nearly 100 revelers during night raids. Catherine Austin Fitz, planet lockdown. OPCW chief dodges questions on Syria cover-up after new leaks, attacks on whistleblowers. Baseless conspiracy theories and our knowledge crisis. Bread lines stretch across America, this economic collapse is much worse than you are being told. A time for new beginnings and ending that which must end. COVID-19, the emergence of the pandemic industrial complex. The following headlines are from Snopes, a fact-checking service. You'll never walk alone, singer Jerry Marsden dies at 78. Trump's made-up claims of fake Georgia votes. Republicans condemn GOP scheme to undo election for Trump. Trump, on tape, presses got official to find Trump votes. Did a soccer player adopt dog that interrupted match? Is 90% of serotonin found in the gut? Does a tent hide abandoned skyway steps in Disneyland? Police officer pays for shoplifting suspect's holiday dinner. UK hits daily virus record, is urged to keep schools closed. Virginia State Senator Chavin dies after catching coronavirus. We are now about 2/3 of the way through today's news headlines. When everything is working, this feed will auto-update 3 times per day. Join us daily to stay informed. The next headlines are from the Daily Beast. Julian Assange extradition to U.S. blocked by Britain over suicide risk. Is this baboon skull a clue to Egypt's lost kingdom of Punt? Biden inherits a relationship with Mexico on the brink of disaster. How Russian media tries to undermine Ukraine. Will Biden pump the brakes on Trump's moon race? Netflix doc, Central Intelligence Agency flooded black communities with crack. The GOP cannot stop Biden but they'll murder democracy trying. Surviving Death, Netflix's new series on the afterlife is crackpot nonsense. How America betrayed its COVID heroes. A pregnant woman was in trouble, cops killed her in her bed. The next headlines are from the New York Post. COVID-19 vaccine's effect on South African strain still unknown, scientist says. Leonard Williams deserves Giants payday after heartbreak. Man killed, teen injured in shooting at NYC housing complex. Kyrie Irving squelched at idea of disconnect amid Nets drama. Daniel Jones may have stretched the truth about his mobility. You're tuned to the No Views, daily automated podcast news. If you are hearing this, you found something super unknown. Congratulations. Now back to the headlines. The next science headlines are from CBS News. Vaccination still lagging as U.S. COVID-19 cases surpass 20 million. Spike in COVID-19 cases expected from holiday travel in U.S. UK warns of more lockdown measures as country fights COVID-19. U.S. coronavirus death toll surpasses 350,000 as officials fear post-holiday surge. Efforts underway to achieve global immunization from coronavirus. UK Teachers Union urges schools to close. Arkansas Governor Asa Hutchinson says we have to do better to administer vaccine. AARP CEO calls nursing home COVID-19 deaths an unconscionable national disaster. Los Angeles Mayor Eric Garcetti sees darkest month ahead as virus surges. Global community outpaces U.S. in administering new COVID vaccine. The following headlines are from AlienUFOsightings.com. Former astronaut suggests alien beings are here on Earth. If so, maybe they are waiting for AI self-driving cars to emerge. Japan releases stunning first images of asteroid Ryugu samples. The next headlines are from the New York Daily News. Kyle Rittenhouse shooting victims to sue for $20 million as district attorney mulls charges in Jacob Blake death. Why Trump's last gasp effort on January 6 to overturn the election is destined to fail. How Georgia Senate runoffs could close door on Trump era or cripple Joe Biden's presidency before it starts. Former FDA chief calls for faster vaccine rollout, 35 million vaccines sitting on a shelf somewhere. Climate activist Greta Thunberg turns 18, throws shade. From NYPD accountability to tax hikes for rich, Eric Adams unveils vision for NYC. Ex-Congressman Max Rose says he won't run for NYC mayor. Men filmed shooting Ahmaud Arbery to death as court to stop calling the unarmed black man a victim. Pastor killed in Texas church shooting, suspect in custody. Members of 117th Congress sworn in as country remains hyper-divided. The following headlines are from military.com. In reversal, carrier Nimitz ordered to stay in Mideast amid Iranian threats of revenge. Travis Air Force Base is first to get drone sentry for protection. UK judge to rule on US extradition for WikiLeaks Assange. After pardon, Blackwater guard defiant, I acted correctly. Fort Bliss soldier, 19, found dead on base. FBI, Nashville bomber sent material to acquaintances. Rally in Baghdad marks years since Iran general slaying. The next headlines are from the Chicago Tribune. General Iron closes North Side facility, Shredder awaits final permit to start operations on the southeast side. Cop fired a decade after letting a fellow officer who allegedly beat hair leave the scene of the incident. Eli Lilly, other big pharma firms are making it harder for low-income patients to get discount drugs under federal program, doctors say. Chicago native breaks state birding record, it's like playing the lottery but with nature. Defying CPS, some Chicago Teachers Union members won't return to schools Monday, say they will teach remotely until buildings are safe. No bail for man tied to 3 fail on ice, including shootout with off-duty cop on New Year's Day. A suburban Chicago man chased down his stolen car with 2 teens inside, then shot them both, one fatally, after a struggle. Owner of carpentry business accused of fatally shooting girlfriend an hour into the new year in Barrington Hills. Coronavirus in Illinois updates, 4,469 new confirmed and probable cases of COVID-19 and 81 additional deaths reported Sunday. Marie Newman sworn into Congress as newest House member from Chicago region. The following headlines are from FIS.org. Australian lives in homes at risk as fire nears birth. Race to save Bangladesh hound from extinction. Brazil wildfire surge again in 2020. Aquarium agrees to delay beluga whale delivery amid lawsuit. Thank you for listening and for staying informed. This audio was produced today, Monday, January 4th, in the GMT time zone. The next headlines are from the Seattle Times. South Korean flag tanker in Iranian waters, feared seized. Nigerian scientist studies country's coronavirus variant. UK ramps up inoculations with Oxford AstraZeneca vaccine. Heisman Trophy preview, load of offense in 4 finalists. Construction data, Constellation Brands earns, jobs report. The following headlines are from mercurynews.com. Bridge, January 4th, 2021. Horoscopes January 4th, 2021, Michael Stipe, you are overdue for a change. Word Game, January 4th, 2021. Ask Amy, my husband's extra nice habit is actually rude. Harriet Cole, my housemates are acting strange, and I think they're up to no good. Miss Manners, what's the point of a gift if it's not a surprise? Dear Abby, why are middle-aged men so blind to this truth? Jill on money, DC Grinches may have hearts. Sunnyvale shooting under investigation. Steph Curry answers critics, lifts Warriors with career-high 62 points and win over Trail Blazers. The next headlines are from the Washington Times. UK judge refuses US request to extradite WikiLeaks founder Julian Assange on espionage charges. South Korean flag tanker bound for UAE goes into Iranian territorial waters, security firm fears. Iran says it begins 20% uranium enrichment amid US tensions. Iranian state media say Tehran has started enriching uranium up to 20% at underground facility amid. Some West Virginia cities have top 10 rainiest years. U.S. appeals court upholds tossing of 3 pilot convictions. The next headlines are from The Intercept. How the pandemic exposed the failures of capital punishment. This is No Views, daily automated podcast news. You are hearing headlines for Monday, January 4th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from Eureka Alert. Vaping combined with smoking is likely as harmful as smoking cigarettes alone. How to identify heat-stressed corals. The next headlines are from the Chicago Sun-Times. Man fatally shot in Grand Crossing, police. Man shot by off-duty cop on West Side charged with attempted murder. Guards act Lavine wakes up for the Bulls, and not just with the scoring. Palace Intrigue episode 150, Bears fall backward into the playoffs. 3 takeaways from Bears loss to Packers. Despite loss, Bears QB Mitch Trubisky in a good mental space heading into playoffs. Bears lose to Packers but make playoffs. Is there a Mirage Hotel in New Orleans? 27 shot, 4 killed, in Chicago so far this holiday weekend. Number 19 Wildcats fall to unbeaten Wolverines. Bears vs Saints, NFC wildcard matchup set for Sunday afternoon. You are hearing today's news headlines. These headlines are for Monday, January 4th, 2021. Now more. The next headlines are from the Houston Press. Doctor Who, Daleks in the Mirror. A Game of Words, Marv 1 releases sooner than later. The human cost of I-45 expansion plan. This week in Houston food events, get a new year refresh with low alcohol and zero proof cocktails. The next headlines are about world records making news. 5 things to know for January 4th, transition, coronavirus, Congress, Iran, China, ABC17news.com. 71-year-old powerlifter sets 4 new world records in one day, laudable. World stock markets kick off 2021 at record highs, CNA. McIntyre, weeks win Hitterix World Championships of Fitness, morning chalk up. Family of 12 siblings holds Guinness World Record for highest combined age, on air with Ryan Seacrest. Athletics call for innovation in shoe technology as records fall, KFGO News. 2020 Swami Awards, Age Group Swimmer of the Year 17-18, Swim Swam. A ring with 12,638 diamonds sets a Guinness World Record, CNN. Jim Walmsley, Catherine Jones to chase 100K records at Project Carbon X2 event, Canadian Running Magazine. World record holder Chip Tajian distance double at Tokyo 2020, Insid at the Games.Bees. The next headlines are from Gizmodo. Judge rules Julian Assange shouldn't be extradited to US citing suicide risk. WhatsApp sets an all-time record as users welcome in the new year virtually. Apple has purportedly asked Foxconn to create 2 foldable iPhone prototype shells. Xbox Series X and S shortages have Microsoft asking AMD for help. These new Uncharted pictures confirm that this movie is still actually happening. An exposed username and password leaves over 100,000 SSL firewalls and VPN gateways open to severe attacks. Ratatouille, the musical is a full-length TikTok extravaganza, and it just raised $1 million for charity. Redesigned Tesla Model S reportedly spotted in Palo Alto. Tesla very nearly hit its goal of delivering 500,000 cars in 2020. A number of Disney TV productions delayed amid surge in LA COVID cases. What place in the world had the hottest and coolest temperatures today? According to ElDoradoWeather.com, the hottest place on Earth in the past 24 hours was Roebourne Arrow in Australia at 112.46 degrees Fahrenheit or 44.7 degrees Celsius. The coldest recorded weather temperature on Earth in the past 24 hours was Taco in Russia at minus 63.94 degrees Fahrenheit or minus 53.3 degrees Celsius. The following headlines are from Ars Technica. Study, folklore structure reveals how conspiracy theories emerge, fall apart. My Green Home, $90,000 in clean tech upgrades, $20,000 in tax breaks. Tesla delivered a record 500,000 vehicles in 2020. The following headlines are from Raw Story. UK judge refuses to extradite Julian Assange to the US. Trump's newest crime shocks the media, but the president's niece is not surprised. Last responders brace for surge in COVID deaths across the US. Children's hospitals are partly to blame as superbugs increasingly attack kids. Sedition of Trump-supporting senators has a silver lining, Political Economist. Critics accuse Trump of criminal extortion after release of damning phone call with Georgia election official. How a Congressional Un-American Activities Caucus of radical Republicans is trying to destroy our government. Listen, full tape of Trump demanding Georgia Secretary of State find votes to hand him a win. How Donald Trump's destructiveness forced us to a point of reckoning about America. John Dean thinks Trump is the one who recorded Georgia's Raffensperger and released the tape. The next headlines are from Mother Jones. The collectible coins that celebrate the dark side of American policing. I'll be fierce for all of us, Deb Haaland on climate, native rights and Joe Biden. Nancy Pelosi was just re-elected Speaker of the House. Quote of the day, I just want to find 11,780 votes. Trump called the Georgia Secretary of State and demanded that he find more non-existent votes. Protests in D.C. this week may become violent. Rep. Louis Gohmert seemed to think that was fine. Is the stock market overvalued? New York hits 1 million coronavirus cases, as deaths reach 350,000 across the county. Coronavirus growth in Western countries, January 2nd update. A Puerto Rican scientists mourns the loss of a legendary telescope. The next items are today's top search results for extraterrestrial life. Explained, what is Proxima Centauri, the Indian Express? Was that a dropped call from extraterrestrial life, moneycontrol.com. The next items are the top results for news about longevity and immortality. Do we have to age, The Guardian? We are nearing the end of this broadcast. This report is for Monday, January 4th, 2021 in the GMT time zone. What cities are in that time zone? Well, Reykjavik, Iceland, for one. You might wonder if our server is in Reykjavik. It could be. The following is from the UFO Chronicles. Mysterious UFO filmed entering the ocean, police and FAA notified. Chrome-colored UFOs over Farmington, remembering the saucer armada. That's it for now. Thanks for enjoying today's newsfeed headlines. This, indeed, has been a No Views, daily automated podcast newscast for Monday, January 4th, 2021. Bookmark us and tune in each day to our free automated podcast to find out what's going on, around, and, sometimes, light years, beyond the Earth. True Strange News Fair Use Statement. No Views News is a US-based educational not-for-profit news site. We use only parts of content, in transformative ways and without market usurpation. This means you are still going to want to read the original if you are interested in it beyond the headline and any comments we make. We provide links to original sources wherever possible. If you have any copyright concern, please contact us via our About page for immediate remedy. Contact us, Zeno at XENOMAILS 2020 by No Views News. All rights reserved.